Hi everyone, welcome to video 4 of my 2019 Beauty Counter launch. I'm excited about what I have to share with you today, and I think I've said that in most of my previous videos, but I meant it in most of my previous videos. So let's get started with Pillar 1, the mission to educate and advocate. Today I'll talk with you just a little bit about the Environmental Working Group, also known as the EWG. But before I do that, I'd like for you to guess what this is. Yes, it's a magnifying glass, and it's what you will need if you want to figure out the ingredients that are in this particular beauty product. And as I look at that list of ingredients now, what I notice is first that the list is very long, and also that most of the words are very long and frankly might as well be in a foreign language. And I think that pretty much explains why for most of us trying to figure out which ingredients are safe or not safe is a pretty arduous process. And that's where the EWG comes in. They're helping us figure out what's on these lists and how safe or dangerous those ingredients might be. So here's the quick lowdown on them. They're a nonprofit environmental and health group. They specialize in research and advocacy for toxic chemicals, drinking water pollutants, corporate responsibility, I should say corporate accountability, and all of this, of course, is for the betterment of human health, my health, your health, everyone's health, and also to protect the environment. And in case you're wondering, they don't just cover the beauty industry, they cover all industries. They do a lot of things to promote clean beauty, but I'm just going to share the big one, and that is their Skin Deep database. If you go to their website and you type in the name of a product or a brand into a search field, the system will search through a database of nearly 70,000 products and brand names, and then voila, it will provide a score for the item that you entered into the system related to the safety of the ingredients that are in that particular product. Like anything, the system isn't perfect. Not all of your searches will yield results, and that's largely because companies are not required to report ingredients in their proprietary formulas. These are their trade secrets. It's basically what gives a company its competitive edge. And on the one hand, I think it's understandable why they don't want to share those ingredients, but on the other hand, as a consumer, it's a loophole because it means that we are kept in the dark about many of the ingredients that are going into a lot of these products. That's the main tool. There are other things that they do. In the next video, I'll talk about the partnership that the EWG has with the Beauty Counter and how they together are furthering the mission of the clean beauty movement. On to Pillar 2, amazing products. And today I'm going to introduce you to my favorite cosmetics. And I happen to have all of them on my face right now. I don't wear a lot of makeup. The first one that I'll introduce you to is the Color Define Brow Pencil, and it's getting used a lot here. I use this in combination with a Lancome brow pencil that I haven't been able to let go of yet. I'm just going to be completely honest with you about these kinds of things. I like the Lancome dispenser, but I like even better the color of the Beauty Counter product. Together, they do a really good job of filling in some of those sparser places in the eyebrows. And if I had to choose between the dispenser or the color, I would naturally go with the better color. The second product I'd like to introduce is the Beauty Counter eyeliner. This color is perfect. It's not too dark and it's not too light. You know, I sound like Goldilocks, but it's just a wonderful in-between color, and I just use it to make my eyes pop a little bit, to give them just a little bit of definition. The next product is the Classic Velvet Eyeshadow Palette of nudes and neutrals. And it's flattering for all skin tones. While I'm showing you one of their collections, I just want to say that all of the eyeshadow collections for the Beauty Counter are just really beautiful. There's a lot of variety. The powders are triple milled, so they're silky smooth. They're formulated with butter powder, which boosts the pigment and provides longer lasting wear. This third product is the matte bronzer, which I just learned about a few months ago when a friend asked if the Beauty Counter sold bronzer, and I honestly didn't know. So I went to the website, I found it, and I ordered it on the spot. And just to give you a little bit of background, I haven't used anything on my face, my skin, for many years. No foundation, no concealer, no powders, but I love this bronzer, and it's become a staple whenever I leave the house for work or a social event. I just take my brush and I put it into the bronzer, and I use half of a figure eight on one side of my face and half of a figure eight on the other, and it provides a subtle glow in just the right places. It has a satiny feel. It contains a porcelain flower extract, which provides additional moisturizer. And then the fifth and final product that I'll show you is the sheer lipstick. Whoops. It comes in 10 shades. It has a really nice heft to it. These are not like cheap feeling products. Anyway, 10 shades, so there's something for everyone. I use the nude and I layer it over a Lancome lip pencil that I've been using seriously for 25 years. Another one that I'm gonna, it's gonna take some time to stop using it. Again, full transparency, but this is honestly silky smooth. It gives a sheer wash of color with a touch of sheen. The scent has just a hint of natural vanilla. And this formula, the 10 colors and shades, are super buildable. So you can take multiple colors and you can layer them to intensify the color, or just try it underneath a lip gloss for a more lustrous look. On to pillar 3, the great business opportunity. And what I'd like to share today is all about empowering women financially. And whether you ever choose to do anything with the Beauty Counter, and I mean this seriously, buying any products, taking advantage of the business opportunity, this message about empowering women financially will hopefully, inspire you just a little bit. And although things are generally getting better, especially for younger women from a financial perspective, the average woman is still way behind the financial 8-ball. And at least for now, in 2019, the older a woman is, the tougher it is. There's so much that could be said on this subject, so I'm going to boil it down to just a few basic points. The reason it's tougher on older women is because traditionally, over a lifetime, women have much lower earnings than men. And that's no surprise, right? It's because of lower pay over a lifetime, or fewer working years because many women stay at home to take care of kids, or a combination of both. Added to that, women are more likely to be single in their retirement years than men, for a couple of obvious reasons, one being that women live longer than men, but also because men tend to marry women who are younger than themselves, oftentimes much younger. So for an older or retired woman, the field of available men in her age group is just smaller. That's probably not an issue that most people are comfortable talking about, but check out any nursing home or retirement community and you'll see that there are far more women than men. Although a lot is changing for women, again, especially for young women, probably the most important lesson for women of any age is to be proactive in determining her financial destiny. My own situation is a good example. Although I have been very fortunate from a financial perspective in preparing for retirement, I am not independently wealthy. And by the way, that good fortune didn't happen until after I left the teaching profession, which is another telling sort of fact. So even though I have done quite well, I can't afford to retire right now because I'm not independently wealthy. And even if I could, I wouldn't want to stop working. But here's the rub. I don't want to keep working for corporate America for too much longer. Even though I am so grateful for what corporate America has done for me in so many ways, I'm just ready to do something different. And I know that not just for myself, but for other women, it's the same way. I believe, based on this goal of mine, I believe strongly in a financial model that supports multiple streams of income. That way, I won't rely on just one stream for my overall livelihood. And I shared this with you in my initial video, just a little bit. So the beauty counter, for me, is becoming one of those streams of income. And over a period of time, it will just grow exponentially. I have to work, but I work on my own terms. We've already talked about that. Conversely, if you are a younger woman, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a mid-career professional, or even a young person just starting out, having multiple streams of income can support financial goals from a very proactive perspective. And that means, of course, planning ahead. Addressing financial issues from a reactive perspective can be really painful. For instance, your car breaks down and you get an $1,800 repair bill. It's painful and it's discouraging because you're reacting to something in the short term and there's just not a lot you can do in the short term. But planning ahead is just not something that many women are accustomed to doing. For example, for those of you who are watching this video, do you have a Roth IRA? If the answer is no, and you are under the age of 50 and you are earning an income, I would urge you to open a Roth IRA account tomorrow. Seriously, assuming it's a weekday. Are you struggling right now with credit card debt? For those of you watching, if the answer is yes, you might want to consider the words of Warren Buffett, who is a financial genius. In matters of finance, he says, we should do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is doing. He's not just talking about when to buy or sell stocks on the stock market. He's also referring to credit card debt. And just because so many other Americans have a lot of credit card debt doesn't make it okay. You might also want to consider the words of another financial genius, Susie Orman. And what she says is, if the amount of money that you have going out, so spending on bills, on recreation, on travel, on college tuition, whatever it is, if that amount is greater than the amount of money coming in, you will eventually be faced with one of two choices. Either you will reduce the spending, what's going out, or you will increase the income, what's coming in. If you don't do one of those two things, there is a ball and chain around your neck that will just keep getting heavier and will literally rob you of your joy. That's what credit card debt does. So here's the big takeaway. Beauty counter consultants make good money. Again, they have to work, but they make good money and they do it on their own terms. So if either of the other two pillars resonates with you, the mission of educating and advocating for cleaner beauty, or using an amazing array of clean beauty products, then you might want to consider how the beauty counter and becoming a consultant can help you either strengthen an already existing financial plan or put you on a path to establishing a plan. And that's it for video 4. What you see on the screen now includes my personal beauty counter website. If you want to look a little bit more closely at any of the products that I introduced you to today or in any of the other previous videos, I would really appreciate if you would go to my personal website and do that. And I'm also showing you what I will cover in video 5 for pillars 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pillar 1, the mission for educating and advocating. Pillar 2, the amazing products. And Pillar 3, the great business opportunity. Thanks so much for joining. I hope to see you next time, and peace to all of you.